Matt Bernie here for RacingPicks.com, taking a look at 4 selections for Saturday, June the 13th, 2 from Belmont Park, 2 from Churchill Downs. Let's start off with the couple races from Belmont. Race number 7, maiden special weights, fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, going a mile on the Widener turf course. I'm going to go with the number 3 in here. That's Windfall Profit for Shug and Manny Franco, 6-1 on the morning line. You know, Windfall Profit didn't really amount to much as a 2-year-old. Didn't do a heck of a lot of running in any of her 3 starts. Gone for some time, comes back, makes her 3-year-old debut. I thought in a race that maybe at face value doesn't look spectacular, she didn't get the job done, lost by a nose. I think there's reason to believe that race was much better than it looks. There wasn't a ton of speed signed on that day. For her making her first start off the bench, I think that would have been beneficial for her. She made a big brush down the backside, wide every step. And for her to only lose by a nose, I thought it was an encouraging debut for a 3-year-old anyway, or a first-time start as a 3-year-old. The winner that day, clear as day, came back and won her next start with a 71 buyer. The 4th-place finisher returned to earn a 72 buyer in her next start. So perhaps the numbers, maybe the buyer's a little light for Windfall Profit in that most recent run. Wouldn't surprise me at all if one of the first-time starters for Chad Brown wins. Wouldn't surprise me at all if the favorite, Too Sexy for Christophe Clement, were to win this race. I just think at the price and with the way that the barn continues to move along, I'm going to go with the number 3, Windfall Profit. She is 6-1 in the 7th at Belmont. Now let's move over to the Grade 1. That is race number 9. It's the Grade 1 Ogden Phipps. Older fillies and mares going a mile and a 16th, 1 turn at Big Sandy. I can understand the case for Ollie's Candy or Point of Honor. They both come out of the Apple Blossom. Point of Honor rallied from off of it, but there was a fast pace for her to run at. And we all know Ollie's Candy was the one that was actually setting that fast pace. She just couldn't quite hold off CC. Now, CC has subsequently come out of that race and laid a little bit of an egg out at Santa Anita. So now perhaps there's reason to question the Apple Blossom. I don't know if I want to go that far just yet, but I will say, Ollie's Candy is a horse that there's a part of me that wonders, sure, she can go to the front, but I also wonder if the connections would be content if there was another, let's say, longer price that was intent on going to the lead. I think they'd be content sitting just off of it. And that's kind of where my selection comes into play. That's the number 4, Blamed, for Bill Mott and Johnny Velasquez. Blamed is a horse who I think is at her best going 1 turn. Now, having said that, her most recent run at Oaklawn Park going 2 turns, I thought visually was fantastic. She never looked like a loser at any point. She comfortably rated off of a target, took over rounding the far turn, and had plenty left in the tank down the lane. The 4th and 5th place finishers have returned to earn buyers of 85 and 88. That 88 buyer did come on turf, but the point is, the race has come back solid. And I think Blamed has a real scenario where either she, A, goes to the lead and says, come and catch me, and perhaps, you know, Ollie's Candy or someone else, maybe they give her a little bit too much leash and she just runs away from them. Or B, Blamed is content sitting off of a target, and who knows, if it is Ollie's Candy, did that run in the Apple Blossom take too much sort of out of her sails? And maybe she's not going to be at her absolute best for this spot. Blamed could potentially get first run on a horse like Point of Honor. She's 10-1 on the morning line. She's not the most likely winner of the race, but I think Blamed is a live chance in the Grade 1 Ogden Phipps. So to recap for the 2 races on Saturday at Belmont, race number 7, maiden special weights, I'm going to go with the number 3, Windfall Profit. She's 6-1 on the morning line. In race number 9, the Grade 1 Ogden Phipps, I'm going to go with the number 4, Blamed, 10-1 on the morning line. Now, let's shift our attention to the second video. 2 races, the late double at Churchill Downs, and both horses I like are prices.